So I'm Prika Amaral, the singer and guitarist of Nervosa. We are releasing a new album called Jailbreak on 29th of September.
Beautiful. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you for this opportunity.
No worries. So, as you say, Nervosa will be releasing your latest album, Jailbreak, on September 29th. So, the countdown's on. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling super excited, man. We are working for this new album since 2021, like 4 months after we released Perpetual Chaos. We started working for this new album. And for me, it's like a big step in my career because it's the first time that I'm being singer, So I can't describe how much excited I am to show to everyone what I was working very hard since the last months.
Oh. So can you go into the album a bit more from a musical point of view and tell us what you were going for with it?
I think this album is a super revolutionary in the Nervosa career because we have the second guitar right now. It was something that we had in the beginning, but we never recorded any album with the two guitars. So it's a big change in Nervosa life. And also me talking personally, being a singer was a huge challenge in a very short time and period. And I gave my best and I had a lot of fun. It was very experimental album somehow, but at the same time was the most fun times composing this new album. And we have a lot of diversity in this new album. We have a different kind of style of metal. Everything combined with the thrash. We have thrash and death metal together. We have heavy metal, the traditional heavy metal with the thrash metal. We have punk with the thrash metal again. And we have some kind of melodic death metal, melodic thrash metal. We have a bit in one song, black metal maybe. And we put everything together in a mixer, and we tried to bring to this as an album. But we are super happy with the result, I have to say.
To date, you've released the singles Endless Ambition and Jailbreak. So would you say that overall they're a good representation of what you expect?
It's because if you considering all the songs in the album, I think it's the biggest representative for what Nervosa was doing for all of these years. It's like a mix of thrash and death metal in one song.
Right.
So, and we keep the surprises for later, we say, okay, Endless Ambitions, it's aggressive and have all of the elements that we were doing. And I think was a nice way to start with presenting my vocals too. And with a great solo from Helena Kotina. But it's very hard to choose a song, man. It's very hard.
And you mentioned the album Perpetual Chaos before. Like, this album follows on from that, but Perpetual Chaos had like almost 3 million Spotify listeners and it was a very popular album. So did that put extra pressure on you going into this one?
Yes and not. Of course, Perpetual Chaos is our biggest album till now, but at the same time, I was really believing in two guitars, It's just something that I think we could bring in the band in another level because of two guitars. And also we bring in some different elements. We try to include more people, more crowd without to let the thrash metal roots behind, This is what we try to do. And also because we have a new composer in the band, which is Helena Kotina, and she's very influenced by traditional heavy metal. So I really felt the necessity to open the doors for she bring her style to the band too. And that is the reason that I was not afraid about the second album. The pressure that I felt was more about me with myself, like what I was expecting for myself, like a singer, This was a very short period. I didn't have so much experience and I didn't know how to expect, like I was just looking behind and I say, it's a very difficult thing because I have to performance as I know this for many years. You know, if we compare with the other singers in the band, I didn't have the same chance to have that much experience to record an album. So, but when I started, I say like, it's just need to feel the music and do what needs to do, you know. And of course, I had a great opportunity to work again with Martin Furia, which is a great producer, and he was guiding me as well. So I think all the team that we have and all the conditions that we had contributed, you know, for me not to be anxious about the not better, but you know, show some evolution about this new album.
And you mentioned Helena, but this album also features a pretty fresh lineup of the whole band. So can you introduce us to the new members and tell us what they bring to Nervosa?
Yes. 4 months after we released Perpetual Chaos, I just sent a message to Helena Kotina, which is the second guitarist of Nervosa. And I just say like, look, you were amazing. And I'm looking for a second guitarist in Nervosa. Do you want to are you interested? Just say, yes, of course. And I say, okay, let's talk more. And I had some kind of a lot of conversations and talking. And her style, it's a fit very well in Nervosa. And then we start to work for this new album since 2021. So, but we have to keep it in secret because we have to give this step in the next album. This has like a lot of new members. It was better to keep this in the next opportunity. And we had Michaela Naydenova, our drummer, like joined the band the last minute, and she saved our life composing the songs like in the last minute in a very quick time, very professional way, and very creative. She's the most creative drummer that I work with. She's really talented, really happy to work with her. And Helena Kotina recorded the bass of this new album because we were still waiting for Mia Wallace if she could come back, because she is having some personal problems. But unfortunately, she could not join us. And then after we finished the album, I called Hel Pyre, which is our current bassist, and she could participate in only one song, which was Seed of Death. And I know that I say this many times, but I really can't wait for the next album for these girls participating even more with the compositions, and mainly to have Hel Pyre style and more.
That's awesome. And I also love the cover image of the album. Like, it's got someone's face literally being ripped off. Like, it's quite morbid, but it's tasteful at the same time.
Exactly. It's a bit uncomfortable because it's like a bit trick. You don't know if they are taking the mask or putting the mask.
Ah.
But yes, everybody asking to me, like, the school is taking the mask out or putting the mask? I say, it's taking out. We are talking about the freedom, you know, like, you know, when you have a job that you don't like, but you have to work with that because it's money thing, and you are pretending that you are a person that you are not, just for you be accepted, you know, for a society. It talks about that, like the life is short and you have to be proud of who you are, and you don't have to be afraid to be who you are. So take the mask out, be free, and be happy, you know. This is talks about Jailbreak. This is the conception of the cover.
Very good. You also featured Gary Holt and Lena Scissorhands as guest musicians on the album. So why choose those two people to bring into the process?
Gary Holt, because he's one of our biggest idol, and he was Yes, it was in the top of our list, and I sent a message to him. He answered very quick, and he made this happen in a very short period between two tours. And I remember when he sent the solo and we put in the session, me and Helena, we got emotionated because it was a dream come true, and it was like, no, I can't believe it's happening. And also, Helena Scissors Hand is super special participation because it's the first time that we invite a woman to participate in a Nervosa album. And I still don't understand why we didn't this before. But okay, this is another new surprise for this new album. And I love the way that she performs in this song. It's a very different kind of voice and different technique of voice. And I think the result, it's great because it brings the tone of the modern metal into the song. I think it makes richer the song. I really like.
And you guys are also going to be performing on 70,000 tons of metal next year too. Like, I know that's a little way off, but that's got to be exciting.
Wow, yes. For me, it will be the second time. We played there in 2016, and I'm really excited to show this amazing experience for the new girls that never had this a chance and experience before. And man, it's really great. We have a lot of it's a ship with only with metalheads for 4 days traveling a paradise. This cannot be bad.
Oh, hell no. Well, they'll actually be on next year's one. Heavy's going to be doing onboard interviews with the bands and stuff. So we'll actually get to finally meet.
Oh, nice that you're coming to. Great.
Yeah. So
Great, of course. Let's meet in person. Let's make a cheers and let's do the interview for sure.
Hell yeah. Party time.
Yeah, exactly. Jailbreak.
Now, before we let you go, Prika, we've started 3 new Spotify playlists through Heavy based on artists that we speak to. So using your own songs, can you give me a song for the playlist to get the party started? One for a playlist to save your marriage, and another for a playlist that could potentially end your marriage.
Wow. Okay. Slayer Raining Blood to start.
They're your song. They've got to be your songs.
Yes. My songs.
Yeah, Nervosa songs.
Okay, to start a party it has to be Jailbreak.
Yep.
And to end the party, it's Seed of Death.
Yep.
Good.
And one to end the marriage.
How do you mean?
one that's going to make your wife or your husband leave you because it's nasty.
I didn't understand. Sorry.
Okay, one to end a marriage. It's like a song that would make your partner leave you because it's nasty.
Raining Blood, man.
Raining Blood.
Right? Yes.
No worries at all. All right, Prika. Well, thanks very much for your time. The new album Jailbreak is out September 29th. And you ladies have got a lot coming up, so I look forward to seeing you on the 70,000 tons of metal.